Okay guys, so here we are again, this time working on the clutch. Apparently the 457 can suffer from slip. A few owners have reported. Heavier clutch springs help with that, and also it cures the ridiculously light clutch feel on this thing, which doesn't give you any good feel. In my opinion, I don't like it. It's too biased towards learners. So apparently these are the ones to use. EBC brand, the CSK 133, which is for your Suzuki SV 650, DL 650, V-Strom, blah blah. Must be the similar size, I'm guessing, but just with a heavier coil. So we'll get in here. I have emptied the oil just in case it doesn't all sit in the bottom, and when I take this cover off it was going to leak out. So I have drained the oil, just need to remember to put that back in afterwards obviously, and released the clutch cable. So I'll go around and undo all these bolts and see if I can carefully prise it off without damaging the gasket is the main thing, and not make too much mess, and see how we go. It's raining on the roof, so hopefully there's not too much noise, but this has popped off really nicely without me even prising on it, which makes it a very pleasant change. Just as a matter of interest, all the bolts are the same length, not like in the old days. So don't need to worry about getting those mixed up. But it's come away really good. And just trying to do this one-handed. Must get a tripod for the camera. Hang on. Yeah. So that's come away really good. And it's just held on by the clutch cable there. I can't be bothered taking that out, so I'll just let that hang there like that. So now we can see we've got just the 3 clutch springs, so I'll only need half of those springs in the pack, and just a matter of winding these out now carefully, doing a bit on each one, not just unwinding one completely at a time, and just doing it slowly and evenly, backing this plate out. So there we have them. The length looks to be the same, which is ideal, and probably a bit hard to pick up on the camera, but I can see the diameter of the wire looks to be thicker on the top ones, the EBC springs, which will give the coil its extra strength over the stock Aprilia ones. So that's basically where we're going to get our stronger pull or stronger feel at the lever from. So it's just a matter of reversing what I've just done. Pretty quick job really, so we'll carry on. So it's just a matter of winding these in again slowly, but one thing to note is this plate actually has dishes where the bolts go through, so it has a correct way of location. It has out stamped into it there, so that has to go on the outside just when you're putting it to make sure it's around the right way. So the bolts are in tight. You don't need to get too carried away tightening up these clutch spring bolts. 10 foot-pound is a good nominal torque spec for the M6 thread. There we are. One last thing before we put the cover back on. The shaft here has a machined rack of teeth on it that mesh with the teeth on the actuator arm here. You can see those teeth there, and they need to mesh correctly in the right spot when the cover goes back on. So I found, otherwise you won't have the right pull on the cable. I found if you lined up the this edge here of the arm parallel with the cover, looking down on it, change my angle a bit there, kind of about that position there, that seemed to be about right for having the arm in the right place for actuation. You have got some adjustment here on this that you can play with, but it needs to be within cooey. So yeah, keep that arm about parallel with this edge of the machined face of the cover, and that should be about right. So there we have it, cover's back on, cable attached and adjusted correctly. Don't wail on these, it's an 8mm head, 6mm thread screws, because they're going into an aluminium housing. It's really common for people to strip those. I actually just do it by feel with a T-spinner myself, but I don't worry about the torque specs. And I can tell already the clutch lever's got a nice amount of pull to it now. Definitely better than before, so that's pleasing. I will take it for a ride shortly. And just one thing here is you want about 3mm or 1/8 of an inch clearance there before or slacken the cable basically before it starts pulling the plates apart inside the clutch there. It's quite important to have that amount of free play in there so you don't burn your clutch. Okay, there we are. The rain stopped now. Time for a test ride. Thanks for watching.